Thanks for joining me for today's short scale study. Today, we're going to build our tone and technique in the key of concert E flat major. But before we begin, let's review some of the names and notes that we're going to need in concert E flat major. For the B flat clarinet, we're going to be playing the F scale, or the F major scale. And that F major scale translates to concert E flat major. More on that another time. The note we're going to start with is our note F, with our thumb in the back. Then G, then A. We'll need our B flat today, C with the register key in the back, D, E natural, and high F fingering. So you're going to need our thumb in the back, register key, and the key. We're going to need our first three fingers on our left hand and our first finger on our right hand for that high note F. So let's jump right in to our major scale and arpeggio quarter notes. My metronome is set at 70 beats per minute. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Now, let's move on and play the F major scale, or the concert E flat major scale, and let's play it in the pattern of eighth notes. Remember that B flat is important for our scale. 1, 2, and ready and go. Let's move on to the major chords. I'll play the bottom. 1, 2, ready, and. Now, let's move on to the pattern of thirds. I'll be playing the top notes, and I hope you'll join me on those top notes, because those are the same notes that we used in our major scale and arpeggio quarter notes and the major scale and arpeggio eighth notes. So we're going to need our F, an A, a G, and a B flat. Then we'll need our A, our third space C, that higher C fingering, and then a B flat. So let's get started. Here we go. 1 and 2, start with F and go. Now we're going to move on to the chromatic pivot scale. I'll be doing the high notes again, and the pivoting note that we're going to keep returning to is our note C, third space C. The fingering for that third space C is our thumb and register key in the back, and then we're going to need 3 fingers on top, 3 fingers on bottom, and our pinky key on the C key. So we're going to keep returning to that note. We'll also need our B natural, add a pinky. We'll also need our B flat, an A. In the fifth measure, we're going to need an A flat, which is nothing more than a G sharp fingering right here. And then we'll need a G and an F sharp, and finishing with an F. Remember that there's a fingering guide at the back of this book, and that will be helpful for you. And here we go, chromatic pivot scale. 1, 2, ready. Which leads us to our chromatic scale. Here we go. Remember that fingering guide. 1, 2, Ready? And. Some of the most common questions that I get on the chromatic scale are, what's the fingering for A sharp? Well, the answer to that is A sharp is a B flat. So the B flat fingering will work for that. I also get asked for the fingering for D sharp. And that's the third note from the top whole note. The D sharp fingering is the fingering for our high D, thumb, register key, 3 fingers on top, 3 fingers on bottom, and the pinky on my right hand activates the key next to my third finger for D sharp. That, by the way, is also the fingering for E flat, another questionable key that I often get asked. How do I play an E flat? It's the fingering for D sharp. One more is the is the fingering for D flat. We know the D sharp. What's the fingering for D flat? Well, the answer, C sharp, the fingering for C sharp. So we need the 3 fingers and 3 fingers, but now we're going to use 2 pinkies, and we're going to activate the C sharp key right here, and then the other pinky goes down right here for C sharp. So rewind that chromatic scale and see if you can play it with accuracy and success. Now let's finish with our chorale. I will be playing the bottom notes. Remember that you're going to need a B flat along the way. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, ready, set, begin. And there you have it, Concert E flat major. I hope you found this helpful and will consider playing this scale study again soon. Consider using some of the other advanced scale studies as well and see if they help you build success. As I always say, I'll see you again soon. Keep practicing.